Hello friends, it is day 5 of my Facebook Live challenge. Day 5, keep my streak alive. Showing up, it is 10:38 p.m. here in Vancouver. And I'm trying to keep this relatively short since it is a little late. I just finished a meeting. And so one of the things with the pandemic is that it's honestly a lot of our lives, or many people's lives, have been disrupted. And so normally I have a company that rents out casino tables for events, but that got shut down because of all the restrictions. But one of the opportunities that I was able to have presented to me was to run a podcast and radio show to serve the Vietnamese community, and that is done through the organization VPABC, which stands for Vancouver. Hey Emily, hey Ange, Vancouver Professional Association of British Columbia. And so it's a nonprofit organization, and so because of the shift and things, I was approached to run it, and I'm not a techie. I don't know anything. However, I do know how to run teams. And so, fortunately, there was a couple main people that were already there in place that wants to make this happen, and were able to fill in some main roles. So I said, okay. And for me, podcasts are cool, right? And so for me, it's just an opportunity to be able to, my vision for it is to be able to have conversations around subjects and topics that are maybe not talked about openly, and I want to normalize it. And especially in the Viet culture, I don't know about you, but my experience is that anytime you talk about something deeper, people are kind of like whoosh. They don't know how to talk about that, and they're not comfortable. Let's just say that. And so I want to be able to create content that is able to deal with things that are hard to discuss. And so we just finished our 6th episode. I can't believe it's been 6 already. And it's just a monthly show. And so I'm quite excited about this one because I believe that this episode can actually help a lot of people. The subject is on mental health. And so fortunately, there's this amazing a guest speaker that I had come on. She's a Vietnamese psychotherapist who lives on the island, and she's been blind for most of her life. And so on the episode, I was able to kind of get her perspective, her background, her journey from Vietnam over to Canada, and how she dealt with the limitation of no sight. I'm going to actually, anybody who actually wants to hear it, it's in half English and half Vietnamese. So if you don't understand Vietnamese, you can still get a lot of it. It's a post on the Facebook page VPABC Podcast and Radio. And so I'll probably make a post on my profile as well if you don't want to go there. But I think I think there's a lot of really great content there. And during this time, especially for the holiday season, I know many people may have friends or family, and that's great, but this can be a very difficult time for others as well, because some people actually don't have any family or don't have any friends that are close to them, or maybe certain events happened around this time, and it's a time of loneliness and isolation for some others. So if you know anybody who might be going through that, this episode might help them. And so feel free to pass it on, share it. There's going to be a Google link drive that you can just easily share, so they don't have to technically come onto the Facebook page. So but when one door closes, another opens. So and then also part of the process is just growing and learning how do you create content, how do you create a show. And so one of the things I'm actually looking for, so if anybody's actually a journalist or a student or what have you, and wanting to learn more about how to create a podcast or radio show, reach out to me. I'm looking to add a few more people, some translators, some hosts, people in techie, and so forth. So if you ever want to learn, shoot me a message, and we can talk about it. Anyway, that's kind of all I want to share tonight. But yeah, I'll link the info in one of my comments. And I hope you're all doing amazing. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.